The Long Beach VFW having a great time tonight, and we really want to thank Dan here at Long Beach VFW. He's been so helpful, sets us up with a wireless mic, and so it's Bill. Let's give it up for Big Dan from Long Beach VFW. Everyone here at the Long Beach VFW, they treat us like family. We love it here. It's a great place, and the Long Beach VFW does so much for the community. Thanksgiving, they fed hundreds of people. They gave out hundreds of toys at Christmas. They do so many great things. Give it up for the Long Beach VFW! Awesome. It's like a family affair tonight. Scott Martin is going to sing, and Scott is cousins with Ellen Kramer from Leading Ladies of Long Beach, and he's cousins of Chris Campbell of the Crestwood Auto Report. So it's like family night here. So it's awesome. Scott, what do you got cooking for us tonight?
Well, Howie, this evening I figured I'd play a couple songs from a new project of mine called Song of the Century. I actually just got dates for recording over the summer from a studio run by a friend of mine named Stephen Murphy, actually, who is from Long Beach. And we start in August, so I'm going to play a couple songs from that upcoming record for you.
All right, let's hear it. Give it up to Scott Martin.
I walk like a shadow and live like a vampire, cold for you. Don't think that it matters. You say I'm such a fool for this. I'm such a fool for this. It's so quiet on the western front, my love. You wear two weapons, but it's never enough. No, it's so quiet on the western front, my love. You said forever, but forever is gone. So it's so quiet on the western front, my love. Now I must confess, well, I've traveled the whole world, so tell me what it's worth. Lose me now, heal me with roses. Our heartbeats will roll on, our souls will be broken. It's so quiet on the western front, my love. You wear two weapons, but it's never enough. No, it's so quiet on the western front, my love. You said forever, but forever is gone. So it's so quiet on the western front, my love. When summer came and summer went, and the beating drums inside my head, it's time to step with innocence. When we were young and passionate, in unspoken twilight sun, the thunder of 1,000 guns, the thunder of 1,000 guns. I swear again that you're the one, the thunder of 1,000 guns. It's so quiet on the western front, my love. You wear two weapons, but it's never enough. No, it's so quiet on the western front, my love. You said forever, but forever is gone. So it's so quiet on the western front, my love.
Awesome, great job. We get that Scott for having song. That was awesome. We hear Scott play. He's so talented and he's so passionate about his music. He's awesome. That's great. So Scott, we'll get another song later in the show. And right now, like I said on Facebook today, we basically have two goals for the show. Number one is to promote Long Beach in a very positive way, and the second is to help Long Beach rebuild. And we're all in this together. Like Liz Nachman's working with us. She's sold over $20,000 of Rebuild the Beach t-shirts, and she's going to be with us next week at Mulcahy's. And we're going to attend an event on Friday night at the Sands Atlantic Beach from 7 to 11. Myself, Benoit, Steve Vaccaro going to support another great event. This is going to help out the West Elementary School. Let's hear more about this great event. Let's hear from our two organizers. You want to start? That's it. Barry Kirschfeld. Barry, talk about this event, and hopefully we'll get a huge turnout.
Hi, tonight I'm here to talk about what we're doing to recover from the horrific damage from Hurricane Sandy. One of our schools, the West School Elementary, really got hit hard, first floor especially, and that's where the music and the art rooms are, and they've basically been destroyed. So tonight I'm here in the capacity of Friends of the Arts, which is a fledgling non-profit organization that was formed to support music and art education here in Long Beach. But tonight it's all about West School, and I want to say that the West School, the efforts that the West School parents have put out is just phenomenal. And again, the money is going all to the West School Music and Art Room. We need donations. We need people to come out for this event Friday night at 7 at the Sands Atlantic Beach. If you can't come, we would be very happy to accept your donation as well as a raffle gift if you'd like. We're going to be raffling off raffles that evening as well. The Sands Atlantic, this is a grassroots effort on the part of our community. And when a community needs, a community must come out for its kids. I'd also like to say that the Long Beach Public School District has been voted best schools for communities, best communities for music education. This is now hopefully going to be our third year in a row. And I'd also like to thank Rhonda Healy, Christina Kyle, Debbie Golden, the Friends of the Arts, and all the other parents that are involved, and many other people in putting this event together, in addition to the fact that this is the Friends of the Arts are helping out with this, and I'm happy that they are. Just remember, we're Long Beach strong. Please come out and support our district Friday evening at the Sands. Thank you.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Ron, to talk about what people can expect when they come to the Sands. I know I'm pumped for it, along with Steve and Benoit. We know it's going to be a great evening, but talk about what people can expect from 7 to 11 Friday night at the Sands.
Okay, well, we have full buffet, open bar. We have an amazing 80s band. The name is White Wedding. You can go online, Google them. They're just an amazing band. It's just going to be a great night. We have 50-50, great raffles, just great friends, just everyone coming out and having a good time. And raising money for a good cause at the same time.
Absolutely, and that's our philosophy. Steve came up with the idea of Long Live Long Beach, and we've raised money. And this Sunday at the Mulcahy's, we're going to donate all our proceeds to Long Beach High School to help build a digital media studio. And Barry, your son is a gifted musician, so we know that that's going to go a long way and really make a difference at the high school to help build them that digital media studio.
Yes, we have all county and all state musicians at the high school. My senior is a trumpet player and has really enjoyed being a part of the music education here in Long Beach. And we have all staters and we have all county students, and it all starts from the beginning, and the beginning is on the elementary level. So when these students return back to West School, hopefully in March or April, we want to have that music room and the art room ready to go, ready for them to begin their art and music education, and to help the teachers who work so hard in this district. And that's why we have the quality of students that are recruited by colleges when they're seniors.
Ron, before we let you go, obviously we want a huge turnout. It's a great cause, but if people cannot attend, where can they send the donations to for this great event?
Well, you can call me. My cell is 516-236-7269, or my email address is rhonda@rhondahealy.com. I have over 200 people coming to this event. If you do want, if you would like to join us, I give you to Tuesday to call me because I have to give the caterer a head count. So again, no later than Tuesday, 516-236-7269 or rhondahealy.com. If you just want to make a donation or if you have something that I can use for a raffle, that would be amazing. Thank you.
Halftime Howie show along with Steve and Benoit. We're going to be. What's the dress code Friday night?
Well, the extent of my 80s is my neon nail polish, but some people I'm sure are going to be dressed up in the 80s motif. Others are going to come, normally dressed. I have city council members who are going to an affair after it that are going to be really dressed. So come as you like. Just come with lots of money for great raffles.
All right. All right, let's give up Barry and Rhonda for a great cause, and we'll be there Friday night at the Sand. All right, let's bring up Chris Campbell now for the Crestwood Auto Group Sports Report. Great job. We're going to have fun Friday night. It's going to be a great cause. And hopefully we're going to have 500 people there, not 200. Great job. All right. Chris, it's always never a dull moment in the sports world. And spring training starting. You got the Knicks, the Rangers, the Islanders. What's going on in the Crestwood Auto Group Sports Report?
Thanks, Howie. Good evening, everybody. Well, starting off in the NBA, All-Star Weekend culminates this evening with the All-Star game being played at 8 o'clock. Also of note, that today is actually Michael Jordan's birthday. To make everyone feel old, he's turning 50 today. So the greatest player in our generation turns a half century, and according to many people, he could still play in the NBA today. The weekend, for the most part, has been, in my eyes, a disappointment, especially the dunk contest yesterday. The best part about the early dunk contest from years ago was when the dunkers basically had one chance to get it right, and now they all get a minute 30 to complete their dunks. It seems a little bit watered down, so my word to them is enough with the props and just start dunking in presses. Get a little bit more creative than just putting a retired NBA star sitting in a chair so you can take the ball out of his hands and dunk it. Onto the ice, the Islanders capped off their week with a 5-1 throttling of the Devils last night at the Coliseum, led by John Tavares' hat trick. Keep your eyes open for this team as they put together 2 straight wins after losing the previous 5. One of those wins also being against the crosstown rival Rangers in a shootout on Thursday night. Speaking of the Rangers, they're looking to rebound from a tough loss to the Islanders on Thursday. As of right now, with a little bit left in the second period, they're tied with the Capitals at 1. And as you mentioned before I came on, the spring training started this week. Pitchers and catchers reported between the 12th and the 13th. The rumors were continuing to swirl around the Mets signing Michael Bourne, who eventually signed with Cleveland. The Mets had a couple moves on their own, signing Marlon Byrd, Corey Patterson, and pitchers Brandon Lyon and LaTroy Hawkins to bolster the bullpen. The Yankees were showing a little bit of activity prior to the start of spring training, signing deals with free agent DH Travis Hafner, who could probably check swing 20 home runs with that short right field porch. They signed catcher Bobby Wilson as a little bit of insurance just in case Francisco Cervelli goes down. And they want to welcome back outfielder Juan Rivera after a few years away from the team. He's back to try to earn a spot. On the as far as the media, you can tell they're in the full swing of spring training as they made a little bit more out of the situation that needed to be with Kenny Youkilis, claiming that he'll always be a Red Sox. Now, personally, I don't see any problem with this, only because Kenny Youkilis had his best years in Boston. So I think people tend to take things out of context when it's reported by the media. He's basically just saying that, based on the success that he had over his major league career, his heart will always be in Boston, which is completely understandable. But I, for one, am very happy that he's playing for the Yankees, not just because of Alex Rodriguez's situation, but what he brings to a team. He's a gritty, get dirty type player that the Yankees always seem to find. He'll be the heart and soul of this team for sure. Anyway, that's it for the Crestwood Auto Broker Sports Report. Back to you, Howie.
All right. Give it up to Chris. 40. All right, now let's bring up Steve or Rocco. Let's do Rocco, then Steve, then we'll go to break. So, and then after the break, we're going to have a little fun. We're going to have Rocco and Ellen are going to do the Oscars report after the break. And maybe we'll bring up Walter to talk about what it was like buying a car from Chris. The experience of the Crestwood Auto Group. So we'll have a little fun with that. But let's give it up for Rocco. Passa for me! And Rocco, what you got cooking for tonight?
Thank you, Howie. What I got cooking for this week is A Good Day to Die Hard. It's directed by John Moore and it stars Bruce Willis and Jai Courtney. It's the 5th entry in the Die Hard franchise. And at this time, police detective John McClane, played by Willis, travels to Russia to help his son Jack, played by Courtney, get released from prison. However, when he gets to Russia, he learns that Jack is in fact a CIA agent, and he ends up getting in the way of a CIA rescue mission. Now the two must work together to obtain a criminal's computer disk of software from figures in the underworld. When Die Hard started out, its grit and everyman character made a star out of Bruce Willis and created an action classic. The franchise managed to stay afloat with 3 fairly decent sequels, but there is little doubt that A Good Day has made it run out of gas completely. The fault clearly lies with the script, as there is little credibility in the whole plot of a police detective rescuing and interfering with his CIA agent's son. To make matters worse, the father-son dynamic in the film is fairly grating, and John McClane becomes such a Superman in this outing that much of what made the character first compelling is watered down to just another cookie-cutter action hero. All the special effects and shoot-'em of action as a result becomes nothing more than a thinly veiled distraction for the most empty entry in the Die Hard franchise. By the end of the film, I wonder if Bruce Willis, instead of uttering his character's most famous line, "Yippee-ki-yay, MFer," instead was actually uttering, "Yippee-ki-yay, I need to retire and call it a day." I know people love John McClane. I love the original Die Hard, and at least the second and third films are fairly good, but this is just not working anymore. I think that they got to stop with this one, and it's really up to you, the moviegoer, to do it. So, I mean, if you guys want to keep this going, then you have the power to just don't buy a ticket. So I give A Good Day to Die Hard 1 out of 5 stars. Thank you.
I love Rocco. He always speaks from the heart, doesn't sugarcoat anything, and if he doesn't like a movie, he will tell you why he doesn't like the movie in depth. And that was a great review, and if Rocco doesn't like a movie, it's not any good, believe me, because nobody knows movies like Rocco knows movies. All right, before we go to break, let's bring up Steve Vaccaro, who always has some interesting youth issues to talk about, and Steve is he's a tireless worker. He's not teaching, he's coaching, setting up fundraisers. He never stops. So let's go up to Steve Vaccaro.
Thank you, Howie. Before we get started, I just want to look at a couple of people at the Long Beach Rec. Mr. Piazza, Paul Ferrante, and Ashley down there. They're coordinating the whole rec program after the storm, and they're doing a fabulous job. So I just want to say kudos to them. They've developed a huge basketball program, which has been very successful at this point in time. Also, there's a career fair day on Thursday, February 28th, at the Holiday Inn in Westbury on 369 Old Country Road. If anybody's looking for work, please find your way down there. It's between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. It's absolutely free. There's a lot of prospects out there if you're unemployed or if you know someone that is unemployed. But we had this huge fundraiser next week at Mulcahy's, which is a big success a couple months ago. We had over 200 people there, and we're looking to have approximately over 400 people at the next event. We've already gotten over 500 tickets, and we have 250 more right here. So if you're interested in buying some tickets, it's $20 here and $25 at the door. All the proceeds, like Howie said earlier, are going right back to Long Beach High School. So it's going to be an amazing night, amazing music by Benoit, and a live radio performance from 7 to 8, Howie's show, and all the work that we do. But also, I just want to touch on bullying. We've talked about bullying in the past, and the recent statistics are very concerning. And I think that we really continue to look at this aspect, because after the Newtown tragedy, there's a lot of things that have gone on that have been not addressed. Just so that you know, Approximately, there's over 3.2 million students who are victims of bullying each year. That's on the rise from a couple of years ago. 1 in 4 teachers see nothing wrong with bullying and will only intervene 4% of the time. These are very concerning, especially with the facts that are out there and the work that has to be done regarding this. There's approximately 160,000 teens skip school every day to avoid bullying. So across the nation now, kids are not going to school because these problems are getting unaddressed. There's 1 in 7 students in grades K through 12 with either bullying or a victim of bullying. So 1 in 7 kids in each class are actively involved with bullying on either end of it. 56% of the students have personally witnessed some type of bullying at school. Over 2/3 of the students believe that schools respond to bullying, and the percentage of students believe that adults help infrequently and are ineffective. So what's happening is, when this happens at the school, sometimes the students are reporting it and proper intervention is not being done. So that's a concern. And the work that I do with counseling is very, very important out there. So either in the school or outside the school, it's very important to address these issues with the counselor. I have a recent kid that I've been working with, a 13-year-old been bullying. This student wrote like a little poem. I just want to read it to you. No, you don't know what it's like when nothing feels all right. You don't know what it's like to be like me, to be hurt, to feel lost, to be left out in the dark, to be kicked when you're down, to feel like you're here and pushed around, to be on the edge of breaking down and no one's there to really listen to you. Know what it's like to become somebody in my life. This student is really trying to work through this, and it's very, very difficult. And since President's Day is tomorrow, to end things, Abe Lincoln said something that was very profound back in the day. He mentioned, I would rather be a little nobody than an evil somebody. So it's just like words to live by, and if there's programs out there or counseling agencies such as chapters that I'm involved with, please look out for that in the future and help our students in each community. Thank you, Howie.
Great job, Steve. All right, we'll take a break, and after the break, I'm excited to hear Rocco Pasafumi and Ellen Kramer do a Oscars preview. That's going to be really good, and we're going to close the show with another song from Scott Martin, and we'll hear from Walter. We'll talk about Chris. We'll talk about the car. Whatever. That's cool. All right, we'll take a break. I am Halftime Howie. This is broadcast on the beach with Halftime Howie live from the Long Beach VFW on Long Island's first and oldest station, 1240 AM WG.